Yeah, I'm here. Hold on. Just checking something. No. Okay, cool. What is going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. My goodness, what do we have in front of us right now? Is this at Microsoft Flight Simulator 2024? No, it is not. It is Xplane 12. Believe it or not, we're back in Xplane 12. I've been itching for some more leveled up ops. I got a fun one for us today. Now, the real fun one that I wanted to do was a longer flight out of Honduras, but we're going to try to do this one out of Reno, Tahoe. We're sitting at a Reno, Tahoe, which is another high elevation, hot, heavy out here right now. We're going to fly down to Phoenix, and the reason we're going to do this is because I've installed a little something called map enhancement. Everyone tells me, oh, you got to get map enhancement, Okay, so I've got map enhancement. This route will give us the best opportunity to see what map enhancement actually does to the sim. I wound the sim time forward. It's 4 o'clock local time here on the ramp in Reno, Nevada. And the sun will probably get a little bit lower on the horizon. I don't think we'll get a full sunset, but it should get a little bit lower. But I wanted to see what Xplane looks like in the lighter portion of the day, because we all know it looks amazing at sunset and sunrise. If you watch the splash screen there on the countdown, I mean, that just was amazing looking. The lighting, especially when there's clouds around, it really is pretty incredible. Now there's 0 clouds right now, which is interesting. I wonder if I messed it up by moving the time forward. I'll have to double check the VTAR here in a second. But nevertheless, so we've got that going for us. Number 2, we have some real world takeoff data. I just came off a long 4-day trip, did a lot of flying. I've got some takeoff data, some load sheet numbers that I'm going to directly put on the aircraft, and I'm going to see where the aircraft, what kind of numbers the aircraft spits out, and then we'll modify like what the trim CG will be, what the V speeds will be like, and what the takeoff rules seemed like. Now, on this particular stream, I don't really have a way to show you. I guess I can show you with the camera some of my takeoff data numbers, but we are going to do a follow-up stream to this, so make sure your notifications are on if you like things like this, where we're going to actually recreate a flight A to B with the exact same loads that required something a little extra. So that'll be the follow-up stream to this. Probably not today, but maybe tomorrow or the next day. So either way, I'm excited to test the takeoff data and the performance with the real airplane to the level up 737. What happened to the bare metal 7.3 pen? The reason I didn't do it is because the flight we would have done with the bare metal 7.3 out of Honduras would have been mostly over water, and that wouldn't really been a way to see what map enhancement is doing. So we're going to do Reno Phoenix, which should be very scenic, and then we're still going to test the takeoff data. But I did install the bare metal 7.3 livery on this thing, and oh my goodness, does it look good. The other thing too, this livery actually has really dirty flaps. Thrust set, yes, from this particular airport thrust set. So this airport, the only difference is I'm using real weather, and the temperatures are within a few degrees of each other, and the wind is within a few knots of each other right now. So it's not exactly, but it's going to give us an idea. Now, some of the recreated videos I've done, we match up the weather exactly, and then I edit the video and you guys watch that. I'm a fan of those. I think there's a lot of you that are a fan of those too. But this should be close enough just to get us in the ballpark. I want to see what the airplane does, and then if it's far enough off, I'll change the weather manually. But as far as the lighting goes, I think it looks pretty dang good. I did connect to Say Intentions, but I don't think I have Say Intentions traffic like set up right. So we have that. Now, map enhancement though, we could see the mountains on the horizon. Not bad. Not bad. The trees are up there. Trees are doing tree things, but look at I think Reno is going to be my default testing airport for lighting and stuff. When you look this direction, out towards the west here in Reno, through the mountains and the clouds on the horizon, that looks pretty dang good if you ask me. EC, how's it compare to the PMDG? I'm glad you asked. I'm actually going to do, we'll see. Let's see how this flight goes. But what I wanted to do, EC, and what I still might do, depending at the end of this flight, I have multiple takeoff performance data sets. I might try another one and load up in the sim just to see what the airplane spits out, and then we might flip over to Microsoft 2024 and load up in the PMDG and try the same exact thing. If not, if the stream gets too long, I'll probably do it on a video, or we'll do it on the next stream where we just compare them directly to each other. Because I haven't Believe it or not, I actually haven't done this takeoff performance test with the 7.3 yet. I know we did it on the Tolus when it first came out. I had a whole lot of fun with that. I think it was a pretty good video. I think y'all enjoyed that, where we compare real numbers to what the airplane gives us and like how long does it take to go from takeoff to 1,000 feet, acceleration, altitude, et cetera, et cetera. So I'm going to be doing those here in the 7.3 now that I remembered to collect my takeoff data cards and stuff from the previous trip. So it's all real world data from a real 737 800, and the environmentals are going to be pretty much the same, if not, you know, just a tiny bit off. But what I'm extra interested too is seeing the CG numbers, see what the airplane spits out CG wise, because I did a practice flight before this, and I will tell you, adding 1 unit to trim to whatever the level up FMC gives you seems to be the sweet spot. I'm gonna be completely honest. But let's see what the data spits out today, and then we can check that as we get ready for takeoff. So I'm going to skip the shout outs for now, but thank you all for tuning in. I hope you enjoyed that first stream in the 707. Had a whole lot of fun with that. So let's go ahead and hop into the cockpit. Goodness. Walter Robbins, you consider making trying this? Oh, the 7.0. Good, man. Hey, that 7.0 is a whole lot of fun, man. It is a fun. It is a whole lot of fun. All right. You should fly the 737-300 for Xplane 12. Pen, I have it installed. I was going to fly it yesterday, believe it or not. I love the IXEG. I always have. The sounds are just not, dude, I don't know what happened. Pen. The sounds in the IXEG just aren't that good, man. The engine sounds like a lot of the sounds are good, like start, taxi, like, but it's hollow, man. It just seems like it's missing. And the PFD screen definitely, like, I can barely read my PFD from a normal POV. Yeah, it's kind of annoying, but I have it installed. I do like the IXEG. You know, we'll see. Let's do this flight. Let's see what happens. This is default scenery, 100% default all the way around. Let's boot up the jet. Let's get our rocket and roll. Let's get the battery switch on. Let's go ahead and go right into ground power. Let me make sure the sounds are up. Do I need to connect to Iveo Premium for anybody? If I do, I will. If not, we'll just go without it. I'm going to make sure my sounds are all the way up. Okay, up to the overhead here. Let's go align nav. Let's do Mach airspeed. Vodka, no, that was, you're thinking of the Fly J. I'm talking about the IXEG, the 200, the 300. Oh yeah, we got to wait to 2 minutes on this aircraft. That's okay. We'll go yaw damper on. I don't think we have any center tank fuel. Actually, we'll just leave the fuel pumps off for right now. Coming down the right-hand side, I'm going to put you in the APU, put you at 12 o'clock cabin. Utility IFV switches are on. Everything looks good here. Panel brightness knob. I'll do it a little bit. Let's go ahead and get the emergency exit lights on. Chime on. Seatbelt sign is off. Captain is flying today. Let's go window heat, left and right side. That all looks good. No test switch there. Coming down the right-hand side, trim air switch is on. Voice recorders in auto. Let's get the packs into the auto. APU bleed switch on as the standard config for us. At the gate here, it is hot and toasty, so I'm going to go ahead and get these set up already to the cool position. Cruise altitude, I don't know if we're going to get there. We're going to set 390. Landing altitude in Phoenix Sky Harbor. That's 1,000-ish feet. Let me pull up my second iPad here. Phoenix Sky Harbor is 11:35. 11:50. 11:50. That looks good. Coming across the lighting panel, everything looks good. Get the logo lights on and the position. Actually, logo lights off because it's middle of the day. We don't need it. Position lights on. Let's come across the board here. Let's go EFIS FCU auto throttle. Using the old school panel today for y'all. That looks good. Coming on the bottom side. Test down. Test up. Lights test. Everything looks good. Back to bright. Let's do fuel flow reset. Back to rate. Let's uncage the attitude indicator here. Nice little animation on this thing. What's up, Jeremy Harvey? They used to be good and they broke something. I know, Jeremy. Yeah, they used to be like when IXEG was fully running in Xplane 11. They used to be some of my favorite sounds out there, Jared. They were amazing. And what's sad is a lot of it is still good. A lot of the sounds are good, except the main engine. It seems like there's a file that's either missing or corrupted on the main engine sound. Like the main, I don't know how else to explain it. Like the main, like throaty sound or whatever. It's just not there. So when you're taxiing around and flying around, it seems kind of hollow. I don't know if there's a sound pack or not, Aston Flies. That I do not know. Pause and knit. Let's go next page. GPS left. Previous page there. Route page. We're going to load that up here in a minute. I'm going to come down here. Brake is... I can't tell if the parking brake is on. There we go. Parking brake light is on now. Yeah, parking brake is set. Nothing to squawk right now, so we're looking good. All right, here we go. Routes. Let's go ahead and plug this in. We're going to be Reno to Sky Harbor, America's friendliest airport. All right, departure arrivals. We'll call clearance delivery first. I can't even see my radios. That's crazy. Let's call clearance on 24.9. Reno clearance, Southwest 357 clearance to Sky Harbor. I don't know if this will work with
Southwest 357 cleared to Phoenix
Cool.
Sky Harbor via the WAG 8 departure. Then is filed. Climb and maintain 8,000. Expect flight level 39010 minutes after departure. Departure on 119.2. Squawk 4242. And a change to your departure runway this time. You can expect runway 17 right.
Oh wow. Why are we going out this departure? Why on earth are we using this? All right, clear to Sky Harbor where the WAG 8 departure then is filed. Maintain 8,000, 390, 10 minutes after departure. Departures on 119.2, squawk 4242 for Southwest 357. What?
Southwest 357, read back correct. Ground will be on 121.9er.
121.9 for ground, Southwest 357. I don't know why the WAG 8, that doesn't even go off of what's our flight plan?
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome aboard Southwest Airlines Flight 357 heading to the sunny Phoenix. Please take your seats according to your boarding passes and stow your hand luggage in the overhead bins or under the seat.
We should be on the Alpine 1 to here. Oh, we filed north? Oh. Why are we... Wait a second. Winds are variable at 3. Oh, they're departing 3-5 left and 3-5 right? Why are we departing 3-5 left and 3-5 right? I don't... Oh. The real ATIS says they're departing 3-5 left. Okay. Wow. Okay, so... But we're not going to do the WAG 8. We're going to do the Alpine 1. No, we can't do the Alpine 1. Let's just do... I guess we're going to do the WAG 8. No, we're going to do the Zephyr. That's what we're going to do. We're going to do the Zephyr 9. Yeah, we're going to do a Zephyr 9. Okay, so planning 17 right, which makes sense, but we're going to do the Zephyr 9 departure. And... let's go to Darby. To Darby. All right, activate, execute, and then we got to go from Darby direct to Shuffle, SHUFL, and then from Shuffle, Quebec, 13 to Perfum. Did I spell that right? Watro for the Bruiser. WOTRO. Execute. Departures. Arrivals. Sky Harbor. Bruiser 1. What is Sky Harbor landing? Sky Harbor weather says winds are 180 at 7 and landing 26s. So we're going to plan to land on runway 26. We'll do probably a long taxi. ILS 26, Zerlo, Bruiser 1, Watro, execute. There we go. All right, that checks. Look at that, 17 right. That all looks good. All right, good. Perf init. Let's go ahead and leave it there. Let's go ahead and get the air conditioning, or let's get the, let's come in here. We're going to do ground ceviche. So here we go. This is where I got to do some of my own weight and balance. So first off, fuel we need. Let me get my performance datas. Now, I hope we might be too heavy for landing. We might have to change it. Oh, this has save fuel. This saves your fuel state, huh? 26,894. All right, 26,894, and payload. So 22,900. Call it 23 plus 3,000. Let's call it 26,000 pounds. So I'm loading it this way because I want to see what zero fuel is going to spit out here. I'm comparing it to my real data. So if I put the payload, the fuel, we should get a zero fuel weight of 121,000. Yeah, 121,028. Okay, we're cooking with gas. So my real world number is 121, 198. We're 121,028. So we're almost 100 pounds off. That's perfect. All right, so that checks out. Good. So I'm not going to mess with any of it because I'm going to keep it just like that, but I'm going to call the fuel truck to top us off. So that looks good. With that set up, let's go ahead and get the APU cooking. Let's go left forward tank pump. Do we have center? Oh, we do have center tank fuel pump already. Let's go center tank pump on, APU start. Oh, I just did Shift C. Whoops. My view keys are all off. Should get an APU start here. A 1991 EFB vodka. It works, baby. The ATIS doesn't work right for future time. Oh, I see, Twist House. Thank you. Makes perfect sense. Okay. That's what threw it off. There's a mango sound pack for the IXAG? Really, William? '73 Simpa, what's up, man? V1, it seems like you like the 7.3 more than the PMDG iFly. I didn't say that. Is it becoming the best 7.3? I didn't say that. That's what we're trying to find out, 737 SimPilot. I am on a mission. I will tell you what, though, for a free 737, the level up punches above its weight. I'm going to have to fly the Zebo because for some reason Flightdeck the Sim says that one is still the best. But I'm been very impressed with the level up. I am very impressed with the level up. Okay, so the APU's up and running. Let's go 1 minute on the timer. Let's put it on the gen here. As soon as we get our lights. Well, technically, we'll save that there. All right, so we're on gen. Boom, boom. APU bleed is off. Timer is running. We'll give it 2 minutes. All right, so now, are we done fueling? 26.9. Let me go to fuel weight and balance. I just want to make sure everything is done here. Everything is stable? It is. Okay, so let me put this in the box via my FMC. Reserve fuel, what did we have? I think we had 9,000 because we got a long alternate. 9,000, we'll do cost index of 88. Initial cruise altitude 390. I know you can't see my programming. I'm programming my real world FMC. Zero fuel weight according to this is 121.0. 121.0 gives us a gross weight of 147.9. All right. So now you can see that. That checks out. 26.9 on the fuel. That all looks good. So execute. N1. We're going to do a 26K. Outside air temp right now is 28C. That's a little bit below. What did we have planned for the temp? Oh, 28C. Okay, 28C, exactly. Temperatures are exactly the same. And I'm going to make that a hard 28. So a hard 28, 20, and takeoff was 26K. All right, 28C, no derate, 26K on the thrust, climb 1, flaps to 5, and CG. What does this airplane give us? So this is what I want to test a lot. So $17.4 or 18.5 according to the airplane, which is 573. Okay. And we had a CG of 17, no, 22. A little bit off. What does a CG of 22 do in here? Reduces the trim. Okay, so I'm going to do 18.5. Now, we had a 5.9 stab trim. I'm gonna manually adjust this 1 unit. So this is calling for 5.73. Let's set 6.7 for the Gen Zers, which is pretty much right there. If we get an early rotation, that's on me. Blame me. I'm gonna take with what the box is giving us, and I'm gonna add 1 unit. We had a 100.5 N1. We are looking at 100.6 here in the sim. So that is within 0.1. That's within 0.5 of our limitation that we use for departure. So that is very good. The next stream, I'm going to show you all these numbers too, so you can follow along. Okay, so our calculated V speeds. Now QRH V speeds do differ from our actual takeoff V speeds in the real jet. But I'm going to tell you, they're not astronomically different. So now that you know that, I'm going to read you my real V speeds that we calculated in the real jet. 138, that's within 1 knot. 145, that's within 3 knots. V2, 149. So within 2 knots pretty much of V2 and VR. And that is a very realistic. I don't remember what the QRH V speeds were in the jet. I didn't note that. But that is a very realistic setup right there with, being off a knot or 2. Now, we can use QRH V speeds. I've walked you guys through that before. If you're going to use QRH V speeds, you got to do all this stuff right here. Now, for acceleration, oh gosh, I don't have my actual Reno charts. I think it's another 1,000 feet. So let's leave it right there for now. Okay, let's get the APU bleed on. APU bleed is on. Our weight and balance is pretty much done. All right, so that's good. Let's go ahead and set up the rest of our box here. Flight director's on. Courses out of here, 170. 167 on the course line. There's our V2, 149. 149. We'll set 167 here as well. Went the wrong way. Love to use my FCU, but AJ screwed me up. Can't use it anymore. Love the arrival in Reno. Sporty. Oh, it's always sporty, man. We did a great flight. So we're kind of on a little mini Xplane tour right now. Our last Xplane stream, we flew into Reno. Now we're flying out of Reno. All right, that's set. Let's get a local MEDAR here. 3023. All right, 3023. They should be synced. They are. 3023 is set, and we're going to be LNAV, VNAV off the ground. Auto throttle is arm 167. Let's get the FPV up. That's always a good thing to have. Next thing we need to set is our reduction height, which is going to be, we're 4420. We need to set it to 5420. $54.20. I think Reno is actually higher, but I don't have my chart with me. Dang it. If I could look that up somewhere. Hold on. Actually, you know what? Stand by. Stand by. I might actually have it over here on this one. Did I cut it off? 560, 25, 1500. Yeah, it's 1500. So 1500 in the cutback. So we got to add another 500 feet. So 5920. And then we got to change our cutback altitude. Wow, see how fast that is? That's epic. That's how it should be. 5920. Let's come back down here and let's go to the acceleration height. Above AGL is 1500. EO, we'll keep it, we'll go 1500. And cutback 1500. All right, now we're set up. All right. All right, I like it. All right, that's all good to go. Let's put the system page on for the hydraulics. All right, I'm set up. Let's do a quick legs review of the aircraft, and then we'll get out of here. So, Reno, Phoenix, we're southwest, 357. All right, 17 right, southwest 357. Zephyr 9 to Darby, direct Schuffel, Q13 to Perfum, direct Watro for the Zerlo, Watro for the Bruiser 1. All right, moving on to the legs page. We can go plan mode, and we can actually turn on data. There we go. So we'll step through this. First fix at or above 4920. Zephyr, Epose above 9200. Casino above 114. Darby. Yep. Darby, Shuffle, Scan, Full, House, Perfum, Watro. That's on the arrival. Total route distance today, 615 miles. And we sim briefed planned for 597, so that checks. That's within limits. That looks good. Back to plan mode. Check this out. Terrain mode coming on because I have terrain mode now, which is fantastic. Let's put our squawk code in here, 4242. Where is the, there it is, 4242 TARA. All right, let's run a checklist and get out of here. So, before start, park brake set, oxygen's checked, navigation, transfer, display switches. And actually, we're not done yet. Let's get the rest of our fuel tank pumps on. Seatbelt sign is on. And we're on buses. Bleed is on. Okay, pressurization, auto, and set. MCP. I'm flying, you're coming with me. 8,149 is set. Set, displays checked. Auto brake is in RTO. Fuel quantity distribution, 26.9 on board, 25 required. CDU is checked. Engine start levers cut off. Transponder, TARA, aileron rudder trim. 00, departure briefings complete, fasten belts on. APU is on the buses. Flight forms AML, on board accepted aircraft. 12 kilo. And PDs are off, so that is good. So let's go ahead and call this guy. We'll push back. Should have him pull us forward to the top of the alley, because we can. Why not? Top of the alley.
Round to cockpit, plan acknowledged. Call me through the menu when you are ready.
All right, so ground is on downstairs. Let's go probe heat. We got to close up the doors. We'll disconnect that. Doors, close them up. Was it Shift G? Detach the jet bridge. All right. Hydraulics juiced up 2800. That checks to the engine page. Below the line. Probe heat's on. Hydraulic panel. Set. Doors, windows. Closed and locked. Anti-collision light. It's on. Before start checklist complete. Reno ground.
All
Southwest
right, we've got everyone
357.
strapped
Ready
in.
to push.
Give us a ring if you need anything.
Southwest 357, Reno ground, push and start approved, tail west.
Push start approved. Tail west. Southwest 357.
Ground to cockpit. Tow is driving up.
I'm not going to load a network for no reason, so we'll just stay on say intentions. There's no traffic on network anyway. Alright. Checklists are complete. We're getting ready for push and start. We'll bring in the cameras. SCU is set. Gotta love it. Oh.
Okay, all doors and hatches are closed, ready to connect.
Does Xplane give any major bugs or is still ready for rocking and rolling? Kaplan Islander, honestly, I don't want to jinx it, but so far it's been pretty smooth.
There are 6 emergency exits, 2 4-door exits, 2 overboard window exits, and 2 exits in the rear. Signs overhead and lights on the floor lead to an exit. If an evacuation is necessary, follow the flight attendant command and leave everything. In the event of water evacuation,
Ever consider taking the CL650 out for a spin? I don't have it for
So
Xplane 12.
connected and bypass pin inserted. Release parking brake.
Brakes released, clear to push.
Starting pushback, and you may start engines.
Southwest starts them like a second pushback from the gate. Alright, start engine 2. Left pack's off, right pack's off. Grounding 1. Shh.
On an instant, flight attendants will distribute additional life vests as needed. We're going to check to see that your seatbelts are securely fastened, seat backs and tray tables are in the full upright and locked position, and you carry on your circle push stowed underneath the seat in front of you are the overhead bin, leaving the area margin clear.
Cabin attendants,
Smoking
armed
under
doors
use
and
of
cross check.
electronic cigarettes
Welcome
and
aboard
alcohol
Southwest
aboard,
Airlines Flight
including the
357,
federal
heading to Phoenix. Our estimated flight time is about 85 minutes, which is just long enough for you to contemplate your life choices. Please pay close attention to the upcoming safety demonstration, even if you think you know it all. Fasten your seatbelts like you mean it, and remember, they only work if you actually use them. Return your seat backs and tray tables to the upright position, and open those window blinds so you can see just how high up we are, hopefully higher than our captain's last landing attempt. Mobile phones must be in flight mode, and smoking is strictly prohibited, even if you think you can sneak a puff in the lavatory. If the oxygen masks drop,
Oh, I forgot I was muted. I have a
and breathe normally, just like you
flight
do
attendant that I don't
when
want on this
snacks
particular
are
flight.
Life vests are under your seats, and remember, they're not flotation devices for your ego. Follow the floor-level lighting to the nearest exit, which may be behind you, just like the captain's sense of direction.
I gotta delete my flight attendant for this flight.
Leave your belongings behind.
Alright, we got a good start on 2. Let's go ahead. Isolate, ventilate the cabin. We'll stand by on engine 1. Gen 2's on the buses.
The safety information card is in the seat pocket in front of you, and it can
PAX 217, man. No, I had 2 announcements going. That's my bad. So I have say intentions.
doesn't embarrass himself
Cabin
today.
crew. I deleted her. I deleted her for this flight. She's off. We're using say intentions, but I don't have the traffic model for Xpilot, I guess, installed. I don't know. I was going to get on the network, but there's no traffic on our ATC, so I figured we'd just go without it tonight. Rain Man, I really want to work for Southwest. Applied 3 times, turned down 3 times. Hey, man, that's a sign then, man. That's all right. Did you land somewhere else, Rain Man? Why does Southwest start engines so quick? I've been on a flight where they starting engines 10 seconds before the plane even started pushing. Mixesh, they just do things different there, my man. Wild West, baby. Wild West. I love better pushback.
Operation complete. Set parking brake.
Brake set, clear, disconnect, starting engine 1.
Disconnecting tow. Stand by.
There we go. Grounding 1. I love that animation. Daniel, everybody loves Southwest pilots, man. Fuel.
Tow is disconnected and bypass pin has been removed. Hand signal will be on the right. We'll see you next time and have a great flight.
Hold on. I gotta turn off, hold on. Alright, thank you. We'll see you on the next one. Displays and variants. Displays. What is that gauge thing? I need to turn it off. It's driving me nuts. System? The little tick marks on the N1s. Where are those at? FMS? No.
Okay, the cabin is secured. Have a good flight.
Alright, thank you. I know I saw it on here somewhere. It's not exterior. HUD, engine start, RAS, cell call, flight deck pressurization, ILS, yaw damper. MCPR, my fuel cutoff. Oh, they're so ugly. It's gotta be here. Fuel flow on gas, LDU, ground speed on PFD. Where the heck is this tick mark? Need to get rid of that tick mark. I know it's on here somewhere. Surely it's not placards. Auto flights? No. I refuse. I refuse. Hardware. General config. General. Sync pilot. Nope. Hardware? Smart AP. Really? I know it's a setting, but I don't know how to get rid of them now. I don't know where it is. Alright, that's coming off. Generator 1's on the bus. APU's off. Boom, boom. Standby. Now, I can't fly with those on there. I can't. I refuse. Sync pilot, we're going to sit here until we find it. Global units, minimums, hide yoke, chocks, engine, no, no, no. Okay, so it's not, and whatever that was. It should be displays and variants. Visual effects? Wait, wait, wait. Visual effects. Throttle, hide. Is that it? No. Windshield effects, cockpit glass. Hardware throttle on iCast. Thank you, Lord. Level up developer. Delete that setting. Should not be on there ever. Golly. Okay, got rid of the tick marks on the N1. Thank you. Whoever found that, you're the man. Saved the flight. This one's for you. Okay, flaps coming to 5. Let's go. Anybody who flies with that should uninstall their sim immediately. Yoke is not connected. That's why we do flight control check, chat. That is why we do flight control check. Let's go ahead and get the Bruner connected. That'll help us out. All right, Bruner's connected. Flight controls. Are free and correct. Flaps to 5. Recall. Checked. After start checklist. Anti-ice is off. Generators on. Air conditioning and bleeds. Now we're going to configure for bleeds off takeoff. So to configure for bleeds off takeoff, we are going to actually do this. Left pack is in auto. Isolation valve closed. APU bleed on. Right pack is in auto. Bleed switch 1 and 2 coming off. Trim air is on. Anti-ice is off. We are set for a bleeds off takeoff flaps 5. Alright. APU will remain on. Alright, after start checklist is complete. Tutorial on that later. Let's go ahead and get out of here. Ground Southwest 357 taxi.
Southwest 357, runway 17 right taxi via Hotel Bravo Alpha.
17 right Hotel Bravo Alpha, Southwest 357. Brakes released. Spool them up. Whoa, why is it so fast? What? Well, that doesn't seem right. Why is my... Surely that's not a bleed connection issue. Are we in 2x speed? How do I know if I'm sim rating? It's in thrust. How do I know if I'm sim rating? It's a bug, you have to restart it? I'm not restarting the sim. Sim rate check by using chrono. 1000, 2, 1000, 3, 1004. That looks normal. Is there a way to check if you're sim rating? Is sim rate a feature? Xplane's dead to me. What a POS. Just kidding. Kind of. Happens weirdly when I get one bleed on for passenger during engine start. Yeah, it seems like a bleed config. Let me try something. Control T. Sim at 124x speed. How do I go back? Now we're back in normal time. That's still doing it. Yeah. Well, that's a bummer.
Southwest 357, contact tower on 118.7, so long.
It's running dual bleed normal on the ground, it is. Stepper, thank you so much for $5 super chat. After 3 years of airbusing, finally getting LaGuardia 787, brother. Very nice, dude. Can't wait to sleep at work after a nice enchiladas dinner. Dude, be careful with those enchiladas, man. They got me good a couple days ago. They got me good, man. They got me good in Liberia. I had to do a little bathroom break at the terminal. Thanks for the $5 super chat, man. Appreciate you, man. Alright, tower 18.7 is up. Yeah, you need to do the control T back to 1. Just kidding. I did. Let's see. No, it keeps going by itself. See? And then it comes off. So now we're on normal time. I don't think we're sim rated. I think it's just a bug with trying to do bleeds off. Well, we're going to do bleeds off anyway. Probably going to ruin the takeoff data test on this one, unfortunately. Someone said try calibrating your throttles real quick. I mean, let's go. It's not them. Yeah, it's not the throttles. They're fine. This problem will happen on descent. Your engine would just roll back in the way and you'll lose power. Maybe it will just be no auto throttle. Let's go. I ain't messing around with it now. We're not restarting. Let's go. Tower Southwest 357, hold short, 17 right, ready for departure. We'll have to redo the takeoff test in bare metal.
357, Reno Tower, runway 17 right, winds 360 at 3, RNAV WAG cleared for takeoff.
17 right, clear for takeoff for Southwest 357. Alright, FO's got the radios. What are my throttles doing? It's the other axis that does nothing. Trust me, it's not a binding thing, AJ. It's a bug. It's a bug, AJ. Your beloved sim is pooping. Half your throttles are reverse axis. No, it's not bound to anything though. It's because I'm using the Bravo levers. It uses 2 axes. Trust me. Trust me, AJ. I'm not going to listen to you. You've already lost your advice card because you saboteured my MCP panel. Alright. Would it actually change the takeoff performance by that much? I don't know. Not really. I mean, the spool up for sure. Alright, I guess there's nothing to hear from engine view, so let's just go ahead and be real slow with it. I'm going to press the Toga button. Godspeed. Still sounds pretty good. Oh, shoot. I love the way it tracks the ground in an Xplane 12.
P1. Rotate.
Yoke's not connected. Yoke's not connected. Oh my gosh, we screwed this up so bad because we went into the settings. Rotate. Oh shit.
How's that rate? You're up.
You're up. It feels. Yeah, you need +1 on the trim. We blew a tire, chat. We blew a tire. We blew a tire.
57, contact departure.
Contacting departure, Southwest 357. NorCal departure, Southwest 357. Good evening, climbing through 5 6500 on wag to 8.
Southwest 357, NorCal departure,
Golly,
radar
listen to that
contact,
buzz.
climb and maintain 1000, direct wag G.
Climb and maintain 1000, direct wag G, Southwest 357.
Thousand to go.
Set 11,000. Flaps 1. Flaps up. Still flies really nice though. I gotta hand it. Still, it's just the engine spool up is what's off. Well, listen to that freaking that cutback at 95.1. Pretty freaking loud. Fly by. I wish that view right there wasn't bugged, but that one view is bugged from F-Mod. All right, up and after. All right, we got to reconfigure the bleed. So bleed number 2 is coming on. We're going to let the cabin stabilize.
Southwest 357,
If you
contact
bleed off.
Oakland Center on 128.8.
Contacting Oakland Center on 128.8, Southwest 357.
That's crazy because we took off from such a high field elevation. We got to do it by 10,000 though. Bleed 1's coming on. Let's go back to the auto. AP's coming off.
1,000 to go.
Good evening, Reno, altimeter 3027, climb and maintain flight level 190.
Altimeter 3027, climb and maintain flight level 190, Southwest 357.
He gave us 19, so we're going to spool him up here in a second. Listen to this. After I get my window to go all the way to 19 and push it, here it comes. And the climb is going to be a little aggressive. Let's do 300. Command A is on. Turn the sound down. Alright, so we did, let's say they came on and said, hey, we think you blew a tire on rotation. Alright, so we're going to have to take that into consideration for a Phoenix landing. But we're not going back to Reno with the blown tire. No, we got the gear up, so theoretically, if you had a problem that was catastrophic and the rubber was flapping out there, remember as the gear goes into the well, it's going to hit that frangible stop and it would actually prevent the gear from going up. But we can tell we don't have any unsafe lights, so the gear is in the well. So as far as we're concerned, all things are normal right now. We're not going to come back and do a precautionary landing at Reno overweight on 4,000 foot field elevation. So best course of action right now is to continue. We'll troubleshoot for our landing in Phoenix. I do like the terrain radar that I got. Thanks, AJ. But we'll go ahead and turn the terrain off now as we're above terrain. There's 10,000 feet field elevation, so we'll go ahead and
Southwest 357, climb and maintain flight level 270.
Climb and maintain flight level 270, Southwest 357.
270 is set. All right, we're looking good. Double check our cabin pressurization. We are climbing. We're looking good. We don't have any tire displays. So, like, yeah, that's all ours says right there. So you would not have any indication that you had a blown tire, other than, like I said, if it didn't retract. And I can go ahead and reset the baro here. bring you down to, I don't know what it's going to be. It's going to be in the thousands somewhere. We'll turn it off for now. Well, there we go. There's some enhanced map. There's some enhanced mapping. So the tire blew because we went over the tire speed. I think it's like 195 knots, right? Did we get that fast? How fast are we on takeoff? Maybe it was just the force of the rotation, trying to reconnect the yoke. But that'll make for an interesting landing in Phoenix. I don't have my real world EFP with me, unfortunately, so I can't read the procedures, so we're just going to have to wing it. A little bit of anting right in here. It really depends on the livery too, I've found, as far as ants are concerned. And then, you know, clouds on the horizon, they get that weird look to them. Some of them do. But like that view looks amazing. That view right there, this could be Microsoft 2024. Right here, this could be Microsoft 2024. I rotated at 170 knots. No, I'm not at 2x speed, Bex, man. I'm not at 2x speed. Does the 320 have a burst tire ECAM? Not a burst tire ECAM, no, but you'd probably be able to see that your tires were there'd be a problem. But it wouldn't. You wouldn't have a flat tire ECAM. There is no ECAM for a flat tire.
350, Southwest 357.
The buzzsaw. Oh yeah, I have it turned up to 8, I think. Way better, more juice. There's transition. Standard is set once, twice, and thrice. Out of 18 thou, wing lights coming off. We're looking good. Yes, we are running map enhancement. There it is, map enhancement. Free. No bitchin' Betty yelling about tire failure like the MD-11. Yeah, well, the MD-11 is hard enough to land with tires inflated. I can only imagine with a flat tire it'd be a real concern. Like that view right there is pretty good. It's pretty good, I will say. I see what you guys are saying about map enhancement. And this is daytime. If I made this sunset, like, look at, okay, that view's... Whew. Yeah, buddy. Oh, buddies. For free map enhancement, from what I gather, map enhancement is kind of like streaming ortho that you do in 2024. This is the free Chuma. So all I did is I downloaded map enhancement and I downloaded the free databases. Yep. And you said you don't like flying during the day. I don't, Pax Man. I don't. But we need to do this flight together because we need to see what it looks like. Now we're gonna have to do another stream in bare metal to do an actual takeoff, because I have like timing figures and all that. I wasn't going to restart the flight for the spool time, so I wonder if it's part of the boomer pack that I had to download. Gus. I don't know, that looks pretty decent to me. How much better the premium look? That I don't know. I mean, for those of you that have premium, it's the free one. It's the free one. Does anybody have the premium, and how much difference did you notice? That's what I'd be curious. Because for free, that looks pretty good. I'd be completely honest with you. I mean, that ortho right there is pretty much just as good as Microsoft 2024 ortho. In this particular region. Down low for helicopters, it's worth it, Twist Sauce. Fly to Live, Swiss did a premium Google. So is that Fly to Live? Is that the one that he just did a video? It says it's like Xplane got a new upgrade or something. Is that what he was reviewing? I never watched it, but I saw the thumbnail. So it was for premium map enhancement. Flyby. What's the slow flyby? Shift 1. Pretty good shadow there from the winglet onto the fuselage. Oh, did I miss the climb and maintain 370? I did. .370. Push it. Up we go. It's better for when you're at 1,000 feet. I wouldn't buy premium if you fly airliners. Okay. May not be worth it for me then. The shadows do look pretty good in the cockpit right now. Yeah, we got a 32 knot crosswind right now. 32 knot crosswind that we're turning into. Remember, y'all, if you like Xplane content and want to see more level up stuff, or maybe even some IXEG stuff, do me a solid, hit that like button, because the more you like the video, the more it gets into the algorithm, and the better the video does. And the better the video does means we can do more of them. So, if you want to see more of it, see what else is out there. Like I don't have the FlyJ Sim. I don't have the new one. I didn't buy it. But I do have the IXEG. I have the Torque Sim 525, both of which suffer from the same problem. Their PFDs look like Garbago, in my opinion. They just don't. There's something about the glass on those PFDs that don't look good. Now, I know it's possible to have a PFD look good because you look at the level up here. These displays look pretty freaking good. And I said a comment, I think, on the last stream where I said that I didn't like them. They were too black. I actually think they're all right. They're fine. It's actually pretty good because it's a weird color, man. The background is black, but it doesn't look straight black when you're looking at it with your eyes. It has like a light hue to it, and honestly, I can kind of see that. I am using a 2K monitor right now, and I can see that it's not 100% black. So whatever the display colors are, I guess don't change them. They look pretty dang good. Look, I mean, you can zoom in, you can see you zoom way in, obviously, now you can see not as crisp, but like the display itself here, little hairs and stuff on them. Let's see what our max cruise altitude is. Max is 392. We might be a little heavy, so let's keep it up on that page. We'll see what happens. Do the black lines on the wings outlay the fuel tanks? They outline the permittable frost area. As long as it's within the wing box and there's frost on top of the wing, a thin layer of hoarfrost, maybe 0.3 millimeters thick, is approved. You don't have to get de-iced. So if you have frost on top of the wings and it's in the wing box, now I don't know how Southwest wing boxes look. Ours look a little bit different than this one here. Actually, no, that's right. Then you're allowed to take off. You don't have to get de-iced. I'm talking about the LSD hue, exactly, Aston Flies. That, like, there's a LSD, jeez Louise. LCD hue, yes. There's like a LCD color. There's like, if you've been in the cockpit of a 7.3, you know what I'm talking about. Like, it looks, and I actually messed with this. I was looking at the screens, and then I took a picture of the screens, and when I take a picture of the screens, they look different than when I look at the picture on my iPhone, it looks different than what I'm looking at real life. And how I know it's different is I was comparing and contrasting the yoke with the background. Like, the yoke was a darker black than the black of the screen. But these look pretty good. I will admit these look pretty good. So there was a change to these displays from the last update to the current update now. Mickey G, yeah, interesting. I didn't realize. So tomorrow my medical's not till in the afternoon. I gotta go at 3:30. So I wanted to do our long haul tomorrow, but what we might end up having to do is we might do a comparison stream in the morning. I don't know. I haven't thought of what I'm going to do yet. We might do a small stream in the morning and then L1011 tomorrow evening. I just don't know if I have time.
Southwest 357, climb and maintain flight level 390.
That's why the engines are spooling fast.
Climb and maintain flight level 390. Southwest 357.
Displays have changed. What are you saying should be changed? I'm not saying anything should be changed, Ardent. I was saying I like what they look like now. I think they're totally fine. I wouldn't change them at all. How long does it take to get a medical? Hopefully less than 30 minutes. Hopefully less than 30 minutes. But it's also an hour away, Bill's Mafia. That's the thing. So I gotta drive out there. And if it's at 3:30, let's say I get out by 4, I could be back at the HQ by 5:30. Then we could do our L10 long haul with some green dot. I want to watch that green dot of the L10 Delta. I don't know anything about that flight. So maybe we'll do it tomorrow. ARN D1. Yeah, I mean, I'd keep them as is right now. Because is Xplane changing anything in terms of how those screens look in general? I thought there was an update coming that's going to change how the displays look in general. Because there's other airplanes. This is part of the reason why I love the level up so much is the displays. Like if you look at the Zibo screens, they don't look very good. Or like the Citation 10. I know Gus loves the Citation 10, but my problem is the PFD, even the TorqueSim PFD, they look fuzzy and they don't look right in Xplane. And it's all Xplane 12 PFDs and NDs. And that's what, so AJ says it's an SDK update, the pipes for 1244, maybe that's what it is. Climb to 390, let's see what our 393, we're a little bit too heavy. Let's stay at 37. I'm gonna tell Simblitz, can you request flight level 370 as final altitude? We're gonna stay at 37, we're too heavy for 39.
Requesting flight level 370 as final altitude now, Captain.
Requesting flight level 370 as final altitude for Southwest 357. Southwest 357, climb and maintain flight level 370. Climb and maintain flight level 370, Southwest 357.
Alright, 370, that's us. Arn, I'm trying to figure out how to say your name. ARNDD? Arned one? It took me a lot of hours to get the displays right because we use bitmaps, so it's all .png. I wish to get them more accurate, more sharp, but sadly the PNG got cropped a lot, so you lose much resolution. I got you. Well, I mean, kudos to you for getting them how you've got them, because I think the level up displays are the best displays in Xplane 12 right now. Now, I think the Flight Factor 777 has some good displays. I don't have that airplane, so I can't say, but from the airplanes that I have, your displays look the best in Xplane 12 right now. Like, that looks really good to me. And I can show you guys what I mean if we hop into the Torques, because I love the 525. I've got the 525 installed, and I'll tell you what, when we land at Phoenix, I'll load up the IXEG real quick so you can take a look, and I'll show you what I mean there. The IXEG displays are so, I don't know, I can't read them. It's weird. Maybe it's something in my sim. Maybe you guys can help me out. Depending on how much time we have when we get there, we'll let you know. 36 knots on the tail, 7-9 cruise. Let's recruise the box, 37. Cabin's going to go up, and new cruise out to 370. Execute. Let's, is there weather radar in this sim, or is that still coming? How do you turn this weather radar on? That's a different weather radar. Is it always on? Auto? different weather radar than we have. It's on calibrated, it's auto, nav, normal. I don't think it's on. Or it's on, but I don't think it works. Oh, radar's coming back in the next update. Gotcha, gotcha. All right, cool. We'll turn it off then. What about the airport page? Oh, too many. Oh, we have the VSD on this one? Cool. Trying to get her to speed up here. Why are we behind the magenta carrot? Oh, that tailwind.
We're anticipating on-time arrival. You're going to have to turn on the seatbelt this time. Just remember, if you are in your seats, keep your seatbelts fastened in case we do experience any unexpected turbulence when the flight, and if there's anything we can do to make your ride into the
Look at that. Yeah, Oscar, if say intention is going to inject traffic in Xplane 12, that'd be pretty cool, man. How long does your AME take to get it done if it's your first time ever getting a medical? Depends on the specific AME, man. Some guys will take a really long time, some shorter. No, it's so dependent. It's so dependent on the specific situation. Oh, VSD is part of the terrain radar plugin. Very cool, Kato. Very cool. So, just as a public service announcement, my last few tests with this airplane off stream by adding +1 unit of trim to whatever the box gives you seems to be pretty dang good. So if the box gives you 5.5, set the trim at 6.5. Another tidbit of information, I kept track of all our trim settings for takeoff for the last 4 days. I never once set a trim setting below 5.5 units, and I set it as high as 6.9. So a lot of the trim settings I get in the level up are like high 4s. That's where I think something's going on. Over the last 4 days, real aircraft were always 5.5 plus up to 6.9 on the trim value for takeoff. So when I did before this stream to get the thumbnail, I took a +1 to the trim value, and with my Brunner it felt spot on. The rotation felt very, very good. So I think that's more so the issue than how like pitch feels, because the way the airplane hand flies in flight is very good. I absolutely love it. So I hope that doesn't get messed with too much, because what the level up team has done with, you know, just the feel of moving the control surfaces around and maneuvering the aircraft in flight, it's really good. Some of these views right now are, I gotta admit, if you just look like I mean, the color above the clouds is pretty freaking good, man. XP was flying last night. I think he took off out of Japan or China or some Asian country. He took off, and when he broke out on top of the layer, nobody really said anything, but I'm telling you, the color of that light blue right above the broken and the bright clouds, I thought it was real. Like, honestly, that could be a real view right there. Like, that could be real. On top of these high overcast clouds, the lighting is stunning.
Southwest 357, contact Oakland Center on 127.175.
Contacting Oakland Center on 127.175, Southwest 357.
That, to me, that looks amazing.
Oakland Center, Southwest 357. Good evening at flight level 370.
Southwest 357, Oakland Center, good evening.
Juicy. All right, how are we doing? 5. We might be. We're gonna be landing with a lot of gas, aren't 17.6 in Phoenix. What's our weight going to be? We're 143. Yeah, we'll be below max landing weight, but we'll be heavier than normal. Matter of fact, I wonder if we should go down to 45 or 35 and burn some more gas. You should see how Q8 Pilot has Xplane 12. It's real life. Man, I can only imagine how many mods he has. I actually started watching one of his videos, but it's an older video. I need to see a newer one that's like how he has his Xplane 12 set up. He did something recently about cities, right? There's something about city updates where you can update the cities that I might have to look at, but honestly, the level up has been so impressive that I'm excited to land it, you know? I'm excited to land this airplane again. I want to see how it feels. But you know what? Having the hyper-spool engines is probably going to mess up our landing a little bit, huh? X-World Pro. So is X-World Pro, how does that set up? Is that a download and install, or is that a streaming thing as well? I can't believe I'm getting into Xplane 12 again. The level up is what the fly-by-wire 320 was to me for Microsoft 2020. The level up 737 is keeping this sim relevant for me. It's a download and install? Okay. How big is it? Or do you download and install certain areas? Or what, like, refresh my memory on how, is it like an asset pack, or is it you download certain areas? Chuma, you're glad I'm easing into the Xplane 12 add-ons? Well, I'm being very careful with my Xplane 12 setup this time. I want to make it look as good as possible with as minimal as possible add-ons. Like, I really don't want to do shaders. I don't want to do anything that's hardware related. I want it to be just sim stuff, and I want to do one thing at a time, and if I don't like it, I'm not going to keep it. Because can we get a real life emoji smash, please? What are we looking at? Oh, there it goes. Nope, that's still real life. Like JJ. That looks pretty dang good, dude. Come on, JJ. $32 gigabyte for North America. Okay, well, I'm gonna have to check it out. Garen Vanderpool says departure vectors, says it'll give you vectors. Fly heading 030, then nav. That's vectors. They gave you heading 030 and then proceed direct. There's nothing wrong with that. Now what's funny is we took off out of I really want to, okay, so either tomorrow or maybe we should just go all out and do a third stream tonight. I don't know. I really want to take off out of the New Honduras, Cayamuga. And I want to tell you, so when we took off, I flipped over to Tegucigalpa control. Literally 400 feet. The controller's like, contact Tegucigalpa on whatever. So, you know, we were flying the airplane 1,000 feet. Talked to Tegucigalpa departure control. And the guy goes, proceed direct Belize. When able, proceed direct Belize. Mind you, we are, 1,000 feet, and there are mountains around us that are well above 1,000 feet. And that is the exact scenario you hear about all the time. Don't be careful getting a direct twos. Be very careful accepting direct. Make sure it's, there's a whole lot of safety about that. Because if we would have just been like, okay, direct to Belize, you like it, go, we would have flown into a mountain. But they don't even have radar in that particular area, so they don't even. They don't care. But it's like, that's just normal. When able direct to Belize, you have to take it upon yourself to be extremely diligent with your radio communication. Komayagua. I don't know how to say it, Oscar. I don't know how to say it, man. But yeah, it just, when that happened, I was laughing. I was like, yeah, okay. Yeah, I told the captain. He's like, yeah, we're just going to fly the departure. I flew MHPR and VR today. It's a scary, steep approach. I know, man. It's cool, though, right? Did I go 61, 141, or 141 University? I started at a 141 University, ran out of money, finished all my ratings part 61.
Contacting Los Angeles Center on 124.625, Southwest 357.
Chris PT6, my man, says, dude, that happened to me in Costa Rica yesterday. Dude, were we in Costa Rica at the same time?
Southwest 357.
I was there 2 days ago.
Good evening.
Cleared me direct to a fix on the other side of the mountain. We're still thousands of people on the mountain peaks. Chris, are you always flying under that same call sign? I was looking, I swear I thought I saw one of your jets on, let's see, what was it? It's not yesterday, the day before yesterday. What's that, Sunday? On Sunday. I swear I saw one of your jets down there on Sunday. But Sunday is when I almost ripped the gear off, dude. I was at 80% thrust to arrest the landing, and we greased it, but it was 80%. I mean, it was like almost full power to stop the descent. Oh, you flew a PC-12 out there? Oh, so you flew a PC-12 down there? Dude, that is a long flight, a PC-12, isn't it? My goodness. Then imported the plane and did some domestic flying? Oh, very cool. Very cool, man. Dude, I'm not going there anymore. Let's see, where am I going next? I feel like you're always down there. Let me see, my next trip, I don't think I have any Costa Rica. Let me see. But if you're in South America, there's a good chance that I'm in South America or Central America. Next trip is very mid. I got 30 hours in Raleigh-Durham. Who wants to hang out? I'm going to go to Raleigh-Durham on fly in late Friday, all day there Saturday. And then Sunday I fly JFK, do a lot of JFK. Ooh, then I come to Austin. Oh yeah, then I go to Liberia. I go to Liberia on Sunday, the 22nd. That's a long. You want to hear a long friggin' day? Austin to Dallas, Dallas to Liberia, Liberia to Miami. Kill me now. Look at that view. I'm even gonna post my own real life emojis right now. Do we see this? Do we see what I'm looking at? San Salvador has a new terminal you might enjoy if you ever get down there. I will have to check it out, Oscar. I will. I'll have to check it out. Zippy, what are we looking at? If they could just, you know what I mean? Like, I don't know how to explain the problem. Because if you can explain the problem, I think you can make it fixable. So clouds at a very long distance, I guess, appear grainy. Is that a way to say it? If they can fix that, and it's not even that bad. I'm being completely honest. Like, it's not even that bad anymore. Like, it looks... I'm starting to buy into it. It's getting there, man. It is definitely getting there, Zippy. I can't believe I'm saying it. I'm very impressed. Look at the displays from the cockpit and the shadows in here right now. Chat, come on. Is the cloud volumetric at distance? Yeah, I don't know, Kato. Like, I don't know how to explain. Like, when I'm looking at these out here, I don't know. The pixely? Maybe the clouds at distance look pixely? Maybe. But it's not even... the lighting is so good and the clouds up close are so good that it's almost a non-issue, you know? I mean, you get some weird artifacting there, that's weird, but it's definitely come a long way. So AJ says the issue with distance clouds, if you have them stacked in front of each other, the refraction makes them look a little anti. Okay, I see what you're saying. Is Xplane better than Microsoft 24? No. I am not ready to say that yet. I am not ready to say it's better. But now, better is subjective. What do you mean by better? If you put a lot of time and a lot of and are good with tweaking your sim, and you want to make your sim all, you know, you take the time to set up Xplane 12 and really tinker with it to optimize its performance and visuals on your computer, it will be very good, and it will compete with Microsoft, but it's not going to compete with Microsoft in terms of ease of use and time spent setting up the simulator. So
Southwest 357, expect the Brusser 1 arrival, Wardrow transition, expect to descend in about 20 minutes. If you'd like to descend now, just say the word.
Measure that, thanks.
Expecting the Brusser 1 arrival, Wardrow transition, Southwest 357.
Southwest 357, roger, standby.
What? But yeah, I enjoy it, man. Have you seen videos of this guy giving paper airplane models away to airline pilots? I have, Jeremy, I have. I keep hoping I'll run into him, but I guess he only flies Delta. See, that ortho is really good. That's why I like this route. This was going to be a good route to test out map enhancement. In Xplane 12, you can actually zoom in at ships and objects without looking like blobs. That is true. That is true. It's like a... yeah. That is true. Whew, buddy. Are you still happy with the L10 11 sounds? I am, Jeremy. I think they're good, man. The L10 11 sounds are pretty good. I think they're some of Echo 19's best work, for sure. Jared, Reno, Tahoe. Bare metal. Oh, that's hot. I got to hold on. I need to remind myself. I got an idea. The wind is shifting or something. When's the last time we flew a 737 in Microsoft 2024? Max 8. We actually haven't flown a PMDG in a little while, huh? Flew on that one. Alright, here's a bare metal, much more accurate. Alright, no, I don't want to do that. Sometimes I just need to remind myself. Watch this. Find a wing view. I'm trying to remind myself of what, you know, comparing the two. Actually, it looks like we were at a little bit closer in to like right about here. Oh, that's fun. That's pretty cool. I'm streaming a stream on my stream. Streaming a stream on my stream. They both look really good. You gotta admit, they both look really good. I think though my view is a little too zoomed out in Microsoft in this particular one to get an exact, because you look at the wing looks a little bit smaller in this view. I think that's because of perspective. Aviation Blaze, I do, man. I do have map enhancement running, my friend. The wing, so the detailing on top of the wing in the PMDG is a little bit more accurate. I don't know if that's a livery thing or not, but PMDG is missing the vortex generators. Oh, on top of the wing. Oh, really? Look at that. Wait, does the 737, do they all have vortex generators? I don't know, I'm asking. No, I think they're on this view over here, right? Oh, dang it, where was I? I was a perfect, I was gonna switch views to the left wing. Just doing a little bit of comparison, that's all. It looks like they have the dots for them, but maybe they're not actually modeled, or maybe they're small enough where you can't see them. I have to go back and compare. But you can see my view is actually off. In the PMDG, I can't quite replicate the zoom view that I was in the PMDG. I'm sat back from the window, and I'm more zoomed out. Like so. Yeah. Alright. I mean, that's pretty cool. There's the cloud. Look at the clouds. JJ. Where's JJ at? Where's some clouds? Now, that was an older version. That was old Sim Update 5. That wasn't Sim Update 6. Alright. It's just fun. It's just fun to remind myself, you know. I kind of like doing that little comparing thing. Alright, how we doing? We're looking good. We're still cruising along 370. What's our max cruise? 383. We're going to just stay here. 300 miles from Phoenix. Another 50 miles or so. So we need to prep. Ooh, are we going over the Great Lost Wages? We are. Going over the Great Lost Wages down there. I have not tried the Zebo mod. You guys are killing me. Do I need to fly the Zebo mod after this flight? I'll tell you what. I'll if you remind me, I will load into the Zebo mod after we land in Phoenix. And if it's flyable, we might take a look. Maybe we'll fly it to San Diego or something quick. We'll see how we do. We're looking good on time. Kids are going to go to sleep early tonight anyway because they're tired from school. See, this is where I need, like, those assets are still kind of missing this far out. But Microsoft would look the same, if I'm being completely honest. They had it, you know, the T-Log. AJ says, no need to fly the Zebo. I just want to look at it. I just want to look at the cockpit, AJ. I want to see if the cockpit is still looking the way I thought it looked. Nathan, why do you say that? Why do you say you're not a fan of the level up? Genuinely asking. That right there would look better with SimHaven installed. Okay, so I am going to have to take a look at SimHaven then. 30-something gigs for North America, y'all said? We can do that. We can swing 30 gigs. How much for South America? Is South America included? I need North and South America. Why doesn't it fly as good? What do you mean it doesn't fly as good? So this is where we got to be very careful. because when someone says it doesn't fly as good, there's so many different factors, like what type of yoke are they using? Are they using a side stick? Are they using a yoke? Is it a quality yoke? Is it is it maybe more of an entry-level yoke? Is it a force feedback yoke? Speaking of Green Dot, I wonder how he's doing with the real-world pilot training. I know, Jeremy. I know, dude. I'd be curious myself. I think tomorrow, Jeremy, we're going to do our Green Dot L1011 flight at Kennedy. X-World Pro is the upgraded Sim Haven, $35 for the whole world if you want it. Pixelated. Okay, X-World Pro was the video Q8 did. Can I just get X-World Pro and be done with it, Zippy? Where are the other diehard Xplane fans at? If I did the X-World Pro route for the whole world, would that be a better option? Hilton, no, I'm not using X-World Pro. I'm using Map Enhancement today. Map Enhancement is the only add-on we have. There is a max version of the Zebo, but as far as I know, the creators are the one. Okay, interesting. There's a bit of a weird flare issue in the level up the flight with the stream that Dev said you're working on. I don't know. I would be very careful with any dev texting the flare model. Here's a hot take for you. Listen, I love Flight Deck to Sim. In my opinion, he's one of the goats of OG flight sim content. He's an awesome content creator. I'm sure he's even a better human. I've never met him, but I'm sure he is. He's awesome dude. He's very smart. Been on the 7.3 a long time. But until he flies and lands one of these airplanes with a force feedback yoke, I'm going to have pause on his opinion with the flare mode, because here's the thing. I have set up my Brunner, my force feedback yoke, I have set it up to react and feel the same way the real 737 feels, or at least very, very close to it, right? So what I need from the sim and any add-on is I need the airplane to have accurate fuel flows, accurate burns, accurate trim, accurate drag models, right? So drag is a big one. When those things are modeled correctly, then it really comes down, then you can really differentiate how each airplane lands, because I use the same profile for all my 7.3s. For example, I have a 737 profile. I use it for the PNDG. I use it for the level up. I use it for the what else I use? I actually used it for the 707. Basically any twin jet, I start with my really detailed 737 profile for my yoke. And then what I can tell, I can actually really differentiate the differences in the flight models, because the yoke is the same across all of them and it reacts the same. And I can tell when one airplane doesn't have enough drag just in flare, or has too much drag, or like the trim gets way off, which we've actually seen cause issues on stream where then your autopilot won't engage. So that is a huge benefit to having force feedback. And when we flew the level up last time and we landed in Reno, the flaring of the level up is the only 7.3 that I've been able to flare with the full amount of back pressure and movement that I would expect in the real airplane. And trying to catch the nose at auto brake 3 and even auto brake 2 is pretty challenging, and I have to go almost near full aft yoke, which is what you pretty much do in the real airplane. If you try to stop the 7.3 nose from coming down, you're almost, the yoke is in your lap. If you do that in Microsoft, the airplane has a tendency to want to get airborne again, has a tendency to want to pitch up real aggressively. In other airplanes that aren't, that really don't have a lot of I guess that ground-to-air transition modeled well, same thing. Now, the level up that we did in Reno, that landing we did in Reno, was the most realistic 737 sim landing I've ever felt. So, I want to see again what happens here. I have a feeling this landing is going to be a little bit skewed because we have the thrust bug with the engines. I think our engines are a little bit too. They're obviously there's a bug with our engine speed right now, so that might mess up this particular landing. But I would be very careful. It's hella pitchy on the flare when landing. Other airplanes are totally flying. See, Zippy, I don't know. What is that? What do you mean pitchy? Like it's too sensitive? Like too sensitive? So I'd be curious. We can try it. We can take it off and do a lap in the pattern. Oh, we do have a flat tire. Okay, I totally forgot. We have a flat tire. So, for the flat tire, we are going to land 2.6. All right, we're going to plan 2.6 manual braking. Because I want to deal with the braking if it's going to have to be asymmetrical to keep the airplane on the ground. So we're going to plan flaps 30, 147. We'll update when we get a little bit closer. Actually, what is our landing fuel? 17.9. So 3,000. Let's just take 2,000 pounds off of that. Let's call it 139. If we land at 139 gross, that's 30 and 146. 30 and 146 on the V speeds. Landing on 2.6. We got to do a little approach prep right here. We're getting behind. I like my problem is, let's see, sensitive. If I pull it back, pitch up, then start pitching down, so I have to keep fighting it. If I pull a bit, I'll pitch up, but then start pitching down. So Zippy, what that's that's what a flare is supposed to. I don't know. I think the problem, Zippy, is that you just don't have force feedback. When you get force feedback, everything changes with the sim. It doesn't matter what sim you're on, doesn't matter what airplane you're on. When you have force feedback and a good profile,
357, contact Los Angeles Center on 118.025.
It changes everything about how the airplane's handled on landing.
Contacting Los Angeles Center on 118.025. Southwest 357.
We're definitely going to land the 2.6. Final approach course would be 258. Let's get this all dialed in here. We need the longest runway. We wouldn't
Los Angeles Center, Southwest 357.
But we would ask.
Good evening.
We'd probably just
Maintaining
declare.
flight level 370.
Yeah, we're going to land flat tire.
Southwest 357, Los Angeles Center. Good evening.
Dude, that guy sounds real life as well. All right, 111.75 is what we're looking for. All right, look at that. Imagine that. Brighten up the panel. There we go. Goodness me. 111.75. Minimums 1385. 1385. $13.85 is set on both sides. Current METAR weather 2984. Ooh, big difference down there from when we took off.
Southwest 357, descend via Brusser 1, Wotro transition into Phoenix, altimeter 2984.
Descend via Brusser 1, Wotro transition into Phoenix, altimeter 2984, Southwest 357.
All right, we'll set 7,000 for the bottom. You could probably fix the flat tire, but I don't want to. I want to see how it handles. I think it's fun. Let's see what happens. Let's assume. So let's brief this real quick. What would we do here if Tower said, "Hey, we found remnants of a tire after you took off"? So the question then becomes, okay, which tire do we think is blown? If it's a main gear, we can expect an asymmetrical brake. We can expect asymmetrical handling on touchdown. If it's a nose gear, we can expect, the nose to make a lot of noise and possible directional control issues. Not as bad as a main gear, though. So how do we mitigate directional control loss? We're going to use manual braking, because if we go auto brakes on both, this is an interesting one, because I understand the argument here. If you go auto brakes on both, or if you go auto brakes on, you're going to get equal braking pressure to both main gear, so you eliminate that. But and that's a reason why I like auto brakes when there's a crosswind, because you get symmetrical braking. But in this particular case, I am probably going to want asymmetrical braking, because if one of the mains is blown, the airplane is probably going to start drifting to that side of the runway. So I might actually be using asymmetrical braking on purpose. So for that reason, we're going to go auto brakes off. We're going to try to land early, and we're going to try to land nice and soft. So what I'm going to do is I'm actually going to come down once the runway is made. I'm probably going to come in a little bit low. We might see 4 reds on the Pappies, because I'm going to try to use as much runway as possible. And we've got plenty of runway. It's 10,000 feet long here? Let's see. 26 is 11,000 feet long. It's the longest, widest runway in Sky Harbor, so we got plenty of runway. We'll come in a little bit low. I might hold it off in the flare a little bit, like I said, to get a nice smooth touchdown, as smooth as I can. And then as far as reverse thrust goes, we'll get into full reverse on both engines. That'll help us decelerate. And then we'll just stop on the runway, and then we'll have a tow truck come and get us. That is pretty much the plan. And I'm very curious to see how this handles. Do I think that this is enhancements are worthy of a Chieftain Freight Dog stream? Joe Plains, we're getting very close. I think I'm going to get Simhaven. AJ, or not Simhaven. What if I get the payware version? What was it called? Simhaven is free, and then somebody said X World Pro. That's the one Q8 had. So AJ, if I get X World Pro, would that be my one-stop shop? Was that what I need, X World Pro, instead of the Simhaven City stuff? How many times in real life have I had to land with a flat tire? In an airliner? Never. I've had 2 flat tires in an airliner. One we discovered on pushback on my Captain OE upgrading training at a Tampa. And the other one was in a Seminole, Piper Seminole, PA-44. Those are the only times I've ever had a flat tire. Free Simhaven, one-stop shop. Oh. It's not okay, fine. Simhaven it is. Simhaven it is. If I do Simhaven, is Simhaven or Simhaven? Simhaven. Then maybe we will do Chieftain Street. I've been eyeing it, man. I've been looking at that Chieftain, Joe Plains. $40. A couple cups of coffee for sure. Miss these flybys. Pro has really good trees, but really makes sense for low and slow flying. I got you, Spitfast. Wouldn't the plane steer away from the blown tire because the only one tire is braking instead of 2? No, it's the flat tire is gonna, the airplane is gonna want to turn towards the flat. Plus, I guess it also depends on, how flat. Like, is it flat? Is it blown completely off? Like, what do we... It's very situational. Are we about to see a JetBlue 292? Oh, I don't know. That was pretty wild. Airbus with the nose wheel. Did you guys see the... Did you see the... that nose wheel after? Why didn't we start down? Why didn't we start down? We got a TD. Shoot, now we're 2,500 feet high. How'd that happen? That's not good. We're behind the slope now. Why'd our auto throttle just disconnect? That's interesting. thought we would expect that. My aircraft. Mask on, 100%. I can't put the mask on.
Southwest 357, contact Albuquerque Center on 134.325.
So the engines won't restart? Is that what you're telling me?
Contacting Albuquerque Center on 134.325, Southwest 357.
That was our engine bug.
Albuquerque Center, Southwest 357. Good evening, flight level 320 descending via Brussels 1.
Southwest 357.
Outflow valve is
Albuquerque Center,
closed.
Good evening.
Cabin's coming up, but we're going to be okay. Let me see if I can't get the engines to relight here. Oh, it's like bugged out. What's our altitude? 29? We're in manual reversion. Alright, those are coming off. Flight start. Optimum relight speed. We're blacking out, chat. We're blacking out. We're blacking out. We gotta rush down to not black out. Oh my gosh. We're blacking out. We're blacking out. And that's all she wrote. I can't put my O2 mask on. I tried. I can't put it on. It won't let me put it on. Give me another hit. Give me another hit. There we go. I got no relight. I was really looking forward to the landing. No, it's bugged out. It's bugged. I can't get a battery start on the APU. Oh my gosh. No, I don't think... Like, the reason I know it's bug is I can't even get my engine display data. Well, Xplane is back dead to me. Oh, wait a second. Wait a second. EGT's coming up. Engine masters are off. Hold on, chat. Hold on, let's get some power back here. Hold on. Hold on. Hold on. Come on, 20,000. I've got Prescott right off my nose. We're looking fine. We got a divert field in front of us. I think we'll be all right here. All right, APU on bus. Okay. Let's do an assisted relight. Let's open the bleed. Let's kill both packs. Let's see if we can't get a... we should go to flight start, but I'm going to try grounding it because it's bugged. I can't get... oh. Hold on, I had... into... my low oil. Oil pressure's at 4. N2 is just stuck at like 15%. Wait a second. Wait a second. We'll start doing 360s over Prescott here unless we get this engine started. N2's at 25%. I think we're getting one back. Hold on. $2984 set, 15,000. I know you're hot. That's all right. That's all right. Just give me some thrust. There we go. There we go. Okay, let's stop our descent here. We got number one back. We're on the gen. What's interesting is I got to move these to ground. So start, stop,
Southwest
full speed off,
357,
off.
contact Phoenix approach on 128.65.
Ground 2.
Contacting Phoenix approach on 128.65, Southwest 357.
25, fuel. Come on, come on, come
Phoenix
on.
approach, Southwest 357.
Come on.
Good evening, 15,000, descending via Brussels 1.
There's 25.
Southwest 357,
Fuel.
Phoenix approach, good evening, Phoenix altimeter 2981. Expect the ILS runway 26 approach into Phoenix. Advise you have information, Oscar.
Phoenix altimeter 2981, expecting the ILS runway 26 approach, Southwest 357.
Can I declare Mayday? Phoenix approach Southwest 357. Mayday, Mayday, Mayday. Request vectors direct to Phoenix Sky Harbor.
Southwest 357, roger, Mayday. Fly heading 160, vectors to Phoenix Sky Harbor. Squawk 7700, advise if you need further assistance.
160, we'll squawk 7700 and advise Southwest 357.
Picture of your emergency when able.
Oh wow. Stand by Southwest 357.
Southwest 357, roger, standing by.
Can I get an altitude for Southwest 357?
Southwest 357, descend and maintain 7,000 feet.
Descend and maintain 7,000, Southwest 357.
7,000, Southwest
Oh, I forgot
357.
he's on it. Okay, here we go. Flight director's coming back on. Heading select, level change is on. We're cooking now.
Southwest 357, stay souls on board and fuel remaining when able.
Stand by. Okay. All right. I'm scared to try the auto thrust again. The trick with this bug is to never put them into idle. Okay. All right. Well, I think we've We fixed all that issues. We're good down to 7,000. I don't want to put the auto throttle on. Control this. I want to change the app. Oh, you know what? You know what it is? Here. Alright, we'll get back on buses. Let's get the packs back on. Let's get the AP bleed off. Off schedule descent, that's normal. Let's go back to auto mode. We got plenty of altitude time now, so we'll just get her nice and trimmed out here. Okay. Let's put the ignitions in continuous, shall we? Yeah, the cabin is still closed. Cabin's coming down. We're okay. Everything is good. Chat, we're cooking. Alright, we can at least try the landing now. Real quick, I want to try something here. Let's go altitude hold. Hold on, let's do this again. Scratch that.
1,000 to go.
Why wouldn't she let me engage the autopilot? Reset the bleed trip. Yaw damper. Passenger auction's on, that's good. Everything is fine. I don't know why the autopilot won't engage. Yeah, I don't know why the autopilot won't engage. That's alright. That's a good question. Let's try autopilot 2. Off the yoke. Alright. 160, we're direct Sky Harbor. We'll hand fly it. Pitch and power, baby. Down to 7,000.
Southwest 357, if able, any additional information that would help us prepare for you.
Southwest 357, we have 148 souls on board. Fuel is 18,900 pounds. Requesting ILS runway 26.
Southwest 357, roger. Expect ILS runway 26 approach to Phoenix, equipment standing by.
Thank you, Southwest 357. Alright, we're technically at emergency, so we can go faster
Pilot
than
reported
250.
light to moderate turbulence 6 minutes ago at 1,000.
Alright, cool. Well, we get to do the hand-flown approach. Let's kill. Actually, you know what? I got an idea. You might have an idea. I just wanted the autopilot on so we could look at the scenery. That's really the only reason I wanted the autopilot on. Let me try something real quick here. Let's try to trim her out. 10,000. Flight Director 1. Flight Director 2. Altitude hold. Heading select. Command A. Nope. Nope. That's alright. That's alright. Okay, so the trick is to slow down to 250 without bringing the power to idle. So speed brakes are coming out. We gotta be careful. What would we do? Like, I don't want them both to flame out. 50%. That's about as low as we can get them. There was a real, wasn't there a real accident like this? Let's sequence the box. In landing in China, wasn't there? The 340 was like stuck at full power. My legs page stopped. My FMC stopped working. Oh no, it's working. Departure, arrival. ILS is where I really need to. 26. Zerlo, Xcode, legs. Zerlo. Bring you up to the top. 258. Alright. There's 7th thou. All right, now we'll slow. Now we'll be able to slow to 250. Yeah, the 330 Cathay Pacific. Yeah, so we're stuck with thrust at 52%. Well, this is not what I had on my bingo card for Xplane full performance testing stream, but hey, it's something different. Here's the desert in the heat. Oh, 7,000. We're not going to be able to look around today. We're going to have to just fly this thing. I'd be curious. What about CWIS? Does CWS work in this thing? Let's see. I don't know if it'll work with my force feedback. Sounds like it's trying to. Yeah, auto throttle's in up, autopilot's in up. I'm gonna bug 180 knots. I don't know if he's gonna vector me here or not. Let's see. Speed brake's closed. Hit a left turn. What's the feather altitude? 3,000. Need a left turn. Wow. Welcome to Phoenix. I'm going to keep coming down. I'm going to give myself my own heading. Jaggles at 4. Let's let it. I like the way it's just slowly descending. Since we can't bring our throttles back, we're going to have to kind of get low on the profile. That way we don't have to really hustle down. We're below 250. Let's go flaps 1. Let's make sure these are working. It's actually pretty good. I'm gonna turn CWIS off though. I think it's trying to work. Alright, flaps 5, 210 flaps 5 coming in. Good night. That looks beautiful. Still got that popping though. That ooh, look at the flaps 5 ballooning us. That's okay, we're slowing down. That's alright. We'll take a little slow down. Jaggles at 4, that's what I'm going to aim for. So we're going to take it out here on the downwind. We're going to try to lock it in around 180 knots. Just remember the spool bug is still there. Well, I have the auto throttle off, fly to live, and I have my throttles fixed at about 52% N1. So I'm not going to bring them lower than 52%. Let's clean up our box. Let's take it off of Jaggle. Bring it to the top. And the final approach course 258. Execute. Clean that up.
Southwest 357, proceed direct to Gal. Descend and maintain 4,000 clear for the ILS runway 26 approach.
Proceeding direct Jagal. Descend and maintain 4,000 cleared for the ILS runway 26 approach. Southwest 357.
We're a little bit tight to Jaggle, so we're going to just hang tight on that. Oh, I don't know if I got the squawk in. Yeah, let's see. Can you squawk 7700 for us, please? Let's see if Simblitz can change it. I don't know if he can change it.
Sorry, squawking 7700 isn't something I can do. Let me know if there's anything else you need.
Oh, it's already set. Like and subscribe, please.
Ha ha, nice one, Captain. Don't forget to hit that bell icon too.
Who's the better streamer, Simblitz or V1?
Haha, tough call. I'd say we're both pretty entertaining in our own ways. What do you reckon, Captain?
Simblitz for sure.
Haha, nice choice. Simplex does have some great content. Always fun to watch.
Alright, we're 180, we're flaps 5. There's our 4,000. I'm going to give myself just a little bit more room. Let's make sure we don't do anything stupid here. Init ref 111.75, verify 111.75 is set. Auto brake, remember we still have a blown tire too. Alright, so that's the other thing. Let me spin this around so at least it looks the same. 268. We will not be going around. There will be no go around on this. It's one stop shop right here. Alright, I think we're well below the path. Let's go ahead and start our turn inbound. Just gonna leave the throttles where they are. They seem to be doing all right. Fixed thrust. Let's go ahead and go flaps 10 actually. Flaps 10. There we go. Guess we don't need the flight directors at all anymore since we're not doing anything with them. Alright, we're slightly below Jaggle at 4, which is what we want. On speed. Our ref speed will be 151. Holy, coming in hot, chat. We probably need to burn fuel here if this was real life. I'm going to go ahead and get the center tank pumps off now so we don't get the light on short final and freak out.
2,500.
Alright, let's point the nose at Jaggle intersection. 3,500 should be plenty low, below Jaggle, so we can shallow out here. Look at the slats, dudes. Look at the dirty slats. I love it. Spicy. Alright, let's go ahead and focus here. Please don't blow a tire. We already have a blown tire. We have a blown tire and engines that can't go to idle. Let's say we're batting 1,000.
Southwest 357, contact Phoenix Tower on 118.7.
Contacting Phoenix
AJ,
Tower
can you
on
fix the light popping, or is that just
Southwest
Xplane being Xplane
357.
forever? Because that right now is the only thing that I notice glaringly that's like, eesh. You see how our lights aren't on the horizon? Wasn't there an extended light mark?
26, winds calm, clear to land. Any runway you need is yours. Hold position after you land. We'll have emergency vehicles meet you on the runway.
I need extended night lighting. That would be icing on the cake.
Runway 26, cleared to land. Holding position after landing. Southwest 357.
Okay, we're going to hold position after
Attention all
landing.
aircraft, inbound emergency aircraft on final approach to runway 26.
Since
All
I
departures
have the
hold.
speed,
Arrival
I'm going to bug
expect delay.
151 now. Speed brakes are stowed. Let's arm them. Speed brakes armed. Green light. Let's get the rest of our lights. Right at 3,000. Okay, here comes the glide slope. Gear down. Spam call. Flaps 15. Hold it there if we can. approach comes. Let's set our power for approximately our pitch and power. Let's come back to about, let's just set 55 and see what happens. And flaps 25. The thing is, we do not want to get high here. We cannot afford to get high. We can get low. We cannot afford to get high. Alright, flaps 30. Speed brakes armed, green light, gear, down green. Flaps 30, green light, 4 landing checklist is complete, slightly below ref. Here we go. We're looking good. Let's get up to our ref speed. Oh, that's right. 146, 151. Jeez. That seems awfully low. Fast. Alright, we're 1,000 feet.
1,000 feet, stabilized. Approach altitude set.
Let's just ride at about a half dot low if we can. I'm going to try to ride at about a half dot low all the way in. Stable target sync 750.
Approaching minimums. 300. Minimum.
Well, let's drive it in because remember we got that flat tire, so expect 4 reds here. Fine right now, just nice and easy. We'll use
80 knots
all the way down to aircraft stop. Both of them are flat. We had symmetrical flat tires.
Emergency vehicles are on their way. Stay put.
Brake set, flaps to 40. Stand by. Speed brake stowed. I don't have the evacuation checklist on me, but we're pretty much good. Yeah, we're going to need to get towed in. At Tower Southwest 357, we need to evacuate on the runway.
Southwest 357, roger. Evacuate on the runway. Emergency services are on their way.
I was looking up hot top for the overhead. Blow both bottles. Can you pop the slides in this? This is the captain. Evacuate, evacuate, evacuate. No, there's no reason to evacuate. We would have been just fine. We would have got stairs. I just wanted to see if we could pop slides. Okay, well, that was completely not what I was expecting for this stream, so we'll have to revisit that whole situation later. This is Phoenix Sky Harbor. I'll tell you what. Let's go ahead and do, someone said check failures. What failures do we have? Does it show? It's nothing in here. It was the airplane. It was the airplane that was bugged, which I've never seen that bug before, so I almost blame AJ Funari for his boomer pack. Maybe there was something in that. Let's see the replay. Didn't get to float it as much as I wanted to. I tried to make it a little bit smoother. Look in the tablet. Oh, we can't now. We're in the replay here.
Southwest 157, runway 26, winds calm, clear to land.
Sorry. Yeah, see, oh my gosh. When I cut the engines, they just came straight to idle. Oh, they just went, we just got a straight sync. Watch this touchdown with the sparks. So they just shut off. Uh-oh. Slow-mo. That's pretty cool. That's pretty cool though. I gotta save this for like a maybe I should update the thumbnail. With the Delta in the background? Hold on. Trying to make a new thumbnail for the video, like not using AI. Oh, that's funny. So we had symmetrical flats, which is why we didn't have any asymmetrical. But if you watch from the touchdown view, that's what I really going to say. Why does it keep putting me on the wrong runway? That was definitely a little bit more firm than I wanted to, but yeah, I forgot the engines were going to cut to idle. No, JJ, the towers, we blew the tires in Reno. You hear the engines cutting off right there. Basically cut both engines at 50 feet. Let's see how from here. You give me flap shake in this one or no? Can't see how fast it went into reverse. Yeah, that's such a bummer. It was so hot. The sparks do look good. Well, that's not the way I wanted to end this stream. 5:30. Son of a gun. You guys want to look at the Zebo real quick? Let me see. Let's end this. This is the Phoenix Sky Harbor Airport. Let's just go look in. Let's go. I don't have Zebo. I don't even have the Zebo, chat. I don't even have the Zebo. But I do have the IXCG. Let me show you what I mean. About the displays looking like crap. All right, so let's go to Phoenix. Let's put it on 2.6. Let's start with engines running. All right, and I want to show you why I don't want to fly this airplane. And the Zebo is the same thing. It's got a weird PFD. Yeah, I don't have the Zebo installed. I don't even think it's worth it. Getting it installed. Yes, this is Phoenix Sky Harbor. VR config. Okay. I don't need to worry about that. Oh, you know what? My plugin's disabled. Hold on. It relies on Gizmo, right? Let me reload. Well, I turned off the Gizmo plugin because I wasn't going to use it. But I think we might have cooked our XCG. I think it needs a reboot. We'll see. Yeah, the cockpit looks great. The textures look pretty good. The wing looks a little bit outdated, but I'm telling you guys, when I turn on the PFD, look at that. Like, hold on, let me turn down some of these floodlights here. Panel lights are good. Why don't I have, where's this floodlight at? I remember that used to be a nice little like incandescent bulb looking thing. Alright, so let's turn the brightness up. Like I can't even read that from here. Can I not start on ready to fly? Hold on, let's try this. I mean, look at my PFD. Let me connect my yoke. And listen to those sounds. What are we doing? Like what is this? Flap sounds are good. Ailerons work good. It's just a vacuum. Now, if I had a Mango sound pack, like you guys were saying, maybe. Where's the brightness for that? That one's up. Am I going crazy? Where's the brightness knob for the lower, or is it both of them? Yeah, I think, no, that's the top one. Like when I zoom in on it, it's not bad, but from back here, oh, this doesn't work with WinWing either. So I can barely read that. ARM FD. There's an 8K cockpit mod? Okay, well listen to this. How's it going on? There we go. Like, it's not the worst, but that PFD is terrible. And I heard of the FMS is kind of buggy too. I mean, maybe with Mango Sound Studio sound pack and a 8K cockpit mod. I know, it was the best sounding aircraft in Xplane 10. It was. Is the CSS better? Try to land it. Speed up a little bit. Oh, that's too far. Let's go auto brake 2. It's not a good sound pack, jet power, really? It's a shame because the model looks good, right? Like the model looks really good. I would love having a classic. The textures are still from, 2009, you can kind of tell. It's definitely not very good. Why is our auto throttle still commanding 207? That's interesting. Oh, I forgot you have to go get it in this airplane. Shoot, that might not be. Devs are MIA on this one. Like, I cannot read my airspeed. Let's go flap 30. We're going to overspeed it, I think. I'm going to try to slow down. Model looks good. Like, it could be a flyable airplane. The cockpit is not. The cockpit is okay. Like, this part's okay, but I cannot read that. I'm doing 160 what? I have no idea. 160 something? Alright, let's just go back a little bit so we can land it. Speed brakes on, flaps 30. No idea, we'll just kind of guess here, like 140-ish knots.
400. 300.
Off schedule descent light, probably.
200.
I think we got to do the Fly J, you know what? I think we got to do Fly J sim.
50, 40, 30, 20, 10.
Oh, jeez. How's that for your first landing back in the 73 class? No, spoid brakes didn't go. It just came down a little bit too fast. Let's see this hop, skipping a bounce right here. Yeah, I think we got to can this one. I think we got to can this one. That's a high bounce. That's a go around for sure. Yeah, I can't get behind that one, y'all. I'm sorry. All right, well, now let me show you my other problem. All right, this is good. We're having Xplane discussions here. Let me show you this. If I go to one of, Torque Sim 525, where are you at? A great airplane, right? I'm surprised I haven't crashed the sim yet. Let me show you what my problem is with this airplane. I think this is a great aircraft, the 525. The textures are right, sounds are good, but I can't get behind flying it because my PFD looks like something from 2004. Hopefully we didn't break the sim. It shakes pretty violently. You have to turn it down in its own pen, and the IXCG has its own custom G loading. If you can go to the plane menu where livery selected, there are failures. The minute check there at the bottom. I will, but there's no. I promise you, 2T. I promise you, it's not. There's no failure happening right now. It was because of the bug. Somebody told me before we took off that that was going to happen. I may have crashed a sim. We'll see. Like, I want to love Xplane. I want to love you. I'm getting ready to just Alt F4 and buy the Chieftain and do a Freight Dog stream tonight. Imagine doing a nighttime flight in California. We could go from Eureka to Oakland. I'm pretty sure the limit of displays and Xplane is the SDK. No, but here's the thing, Kato. I agree. If that were true, then why does the level up look good? The level up display is 100% acceptable in my, in terms of Xplane standards. So I think we cooked this in. Let me see. Yeah, I think I cooked it. My stream. Why'd the stream end? Wait, are we still live? We're still live. Oh, the stream thinks we're dead. Are we back? It was so dead that it actually thought that the stream died. Oh my gosh, what a disaster this stream is. Okay. Unpause. Hold on, let's get this loaded up. Panel lighting. Ugh. Let me get a quick initialization here. Just so you can see my attitude indicator. Ooh, is that the floodlight? This airplane is very anti. Okay, look at my PFD. When I zoom in on it, not bad, but out here, let's just see if we can't get a rough takeoff here. Oh, release the brakes. Oh, this reminds me of the old set. This is, I love citation. Let's then see on the nose wheel. Caution light when it goes on. I'm sure get the sense of speed of this. Oh, yoke's not connected. That's one other thing that's very frustrating. Yoke's not connected when you tab out. Yoke's connected. Aye, aye, aye. Oh, the flight model! Amazing. I don't know, maybe the screen's not that bad at night, but it's still kind of hard to read. You know what I'm saying? Performance is kind of out on this too. Like, see, I should be able to read my displays. No need to land at Deer Valley. We'll land on the right side. I don't have any wind use now. Just that one. But you know, those that claim flight models are all better in Xplane 12, I can confirm that it's not the case. It's really dev dependent. This flight model seems very aggressive. Why my performance is not good at all? Where can we see FPS? My performance is in the toilet right now. FOV does seem pretty high, doesn't it? flares like a citation. Hold it off, hold it off. Let's just see. 80 knots? Where's my thrust attenuator switch? Well, I can't do the thing. There we go. Ah! Alright. Replay. Gotta bind that stuff. I just wanted to see how the airplane looked. That was a greaser though, 80 knot touchdown. How about that? Ooh, that's pretty cool animation on the trailing link gear though. That is pretty cool. Attenuators are out. Or deployed, I guess. You guys know what these are for, right? This is not for reversing the thrust. Those thrust attenuators? That's not for reverse thrust. Who knows what they're actually for? Oh, hold on, hold on, hold on. Resume last flight. Replay mode off. Alright, let's see what else we could look at. There's really nothing else I want to look at. I mean, the Felis is the GOAT. I still think the level up is really good. Yeah, exactly, Gus. It's not to hurt the pigeons hitting you from behind. Bird strikes from the rear. Exactly. What does the rotate look like? Disable FXAA? What does that do? New flight. Graphics. Really? Should we load? The Felis will take too long to load. Let's load this in bare metal. All right, and then we're gonna go, and then we'll stream tomorrow. I haven't tried the Zebo because I don't feel like the Zebo is that much better than the leveled up, but apparently everybody wants me to try the Zebo, so I might have to download it. I don't know. With FXAA on, Gus, our flight over to Phoenix would look pretty good. What's happening? Oh my gosh, look at this. Like, look, this cockpit, chat, is where it's at. Like, look at this. That is how your cockpit should look. Let's make sure our spool bug, it was just a bug. Yeah, it was just a bug, see? That's amazing. That's amazing.
80 knots.
Just call it about 152-ish. That's all, I didn't set my trim.
Positive rate, you're up.
I set the trim up. Look at that bare metal. All right, we got to save this for tomorrow. We got to do our actual performance test tomorrow. All right, let's see if we can't do a quick landing. Let's get the can't reset for one quick landing. Because our last one got screwed up. A little further. Alright, let's try this one more time. Flaps 10, just completely visual, no flight directors, give me the bird. I said no flight directors, no flight directors. Zebo was great until Level Up came along. I just don't understand how anything could be better than this. The sounds, the looks on this, I just wish this livery had the Southwest. I wonder if I could combine the Southwest flaps to this livery. Imagine this livery with those dirty wings from the Southwest livery. It'd be epic. Oh my gosh, this almost makes me want to do a night stream out of freaking Honduras right now. I got too busy looking at the airplane. We're high again. I want to try to do one stable approach here. Hold on, let's just get down. We're gonna dive and drive here for a second. I'm gonna have to back up the sim a little bit. I want to do one stable approach with this. Test the landing mode again. Off schedule descent. Let's just go back just a little bit. Alright, let's get we're a little bit low, but that's alright, we'll stabilize. Let's do one practice landing here. Alright, flaps 30. I don't know what to bug. Let's try 142. So our weights and everything are probably off. A little bit high, I know. We're gonna float it, but I just want to test the flare. Going for the flare test on this one.
60, 40, 20, 5.
I mean, it feels pretty freaking good to me.
80 knots.
Let's look at it. Did you see how I had to, like, I don't know, you'd have to watch the stream back. I can't replay my hand motions, but to catch that nose, man, was nuts. I want to do runway flyover, or it won't let me. I don't know why it says that's the closest runway. Could have flared a little more. Airport lights turned on. Airport environment light. Oh, I don't know what that is. Gosh, that bare metal with you guys is so cool. Great job. Does level up, does the AOA work on replay, Gus? Let's see. I think we were fast, probably. Were we fast? Oh yeah, we were way fast. We should be in the green. See how fast we were? It's because our weights are jacked up.
60, 40, 20.
Hold on, we'll try one more thing.
5.
Turn you off. One more test.
Gear wasn't right.
We're gonna do the same thing. We're gonna fly that way. We're gonna fly this time before it waits. Wow, look at that view. Screenshot. That might be the next thing right there.
1,000.
Had to leave for a bit. What's up, man? We're just testing stuff now. I'm sorry. I'm in testing phase here. Look at that. 3 degrees. 4 on the trim, 59 on the N1s. That looks pretty good. Let's see what our actual weight, if we actually had a proper weight. So as long as your aircraft is loaded, I mean, like we're 1 to 2.5 degrees nose up. 55 to 58% N1.
1,000 feet, stabilized, miss approach altitude set.
AOA is right in the middle of the green band, 4.4 there. Am I muted? No, I shouldn't be muted. Am I muted? Off scheduled descent. Alright, let's see if we can't come down here a little bit high, correcting. That was quiet, also rare. Funny, Gus. Funny, man. Funny, funny, funny. Let's get back on the friggin' profile here.
500.
Stable. Target sync 900 because I'm trying to catch up to it.
300.
Alright, here we go. This feels good. We're locked in. AOA's good. Power is right where it's supposed to be. I'm a little bit high. Ignore that. In the sim.
60.
So at 50 feet, think.
40.
Now we're going to start to do stuff. Let's close it out.
5.
Hold it off. Oh my gosh. Oh my gosh. It was so smooth we tripped the spoilers. I'm not downloading the level up, guys. I'm sorry. I am not downloading the level up. That is the most realistic landing flare I have ever felt in the sim. Like, I'm sorry.
80 knots.
That it doesn't get better than that. That does not get better than that. Yeah, I'm not download. There's no reason to download the Zebo ever. Look at this. Oh my gosh! Just I'm using real-world inputs. Holding the nose off.
Computers may not be into this time. Before you leave the aircraft, please be sure to check your seat pockets, the overhead bins, and the floor area around your seat.
I'm done. We're ending it on that one.
You may have brought
No, this is the level up, man.
We'd like to thank you for flying with us.
I was going to download the Zebo, but I'm not. There's no reason. I think the biggest thing with the level up, I think Gus is right. If your weights aren't correct or like something is not jiving, just check your AOA on final, slow down if you need. The airplane tends to give you speeds a little bit faster than you need to be, and it gives you trim values a little bit nose low than they need to be. So if you're flying the level up, this is my official recommendation. Whatever the takeoff performance gives you in terms of trim value, add one whole unit. So if it gives you 4.7, set trim 5.7. If it gives you 5.0, set your trim to 6, okay? If it gives you 5.9, set your trim to 6.9. I wouldn't go higher than 6.9 on any given scenario. And then when you're coming into land, if you're coming into land and your AOA gauge is sitting at like 2 units, that means your V speeds are too fast. So knock your V speeds back till you get into that green band, and once you're in the green band, that's it. To me, there's no need for any other 7.3 on Xplane 12. There really isn't, because with force feedback, with the way this airplane hand flies and the flare, how it flies in flight, I mean, that's the greaser of all greasers, with no floating. But if you do those 2 things, add 1 to your pitch trim, and then make sure your speeds are set correctly for touchdown. Even if the box is telling you like 149, but your AOA is still a little bit low, then knock it down to like 144. Keep knocking that speed back so you can be stabilized on a 3-degree path, anywhere from 55 to 59% N1, in that ballpark, right? 3-degree descent. The airplane will do it. The airplane will do it. I think that the problems a lot of people are running into is they're running into the values that are coming out of the box are not necessarily 100% correct all the time, because they piggyback off of the Zebo values. So with that said, I'm done. We're done. We're going to fly this airplane tomorrow. We're going to do Honduras to Miami probably. We're going to actually do another takeoff comparison test. I'm sorry we didn't really get it on this one. I'll rearrange the title so you guys don't yell at me. But tomorrow we're going to use, look, I even have it right here. I have it ready to go. We're going to use all real takeoff data numbers and weights and speeds and environmentals, and I'm going to check our trim, I'm going to check our V speeds again, I'm going to check our time to Toga to rotate and Toga to 1,000 feet. All right, I have all those real world data sets, and we're going to test it tomorrow out of Honduras on a premium network, if you know what I'm saying. So you can log in, fly with me if you want to. Until then, enjoy the butter of all butters here. 737-800 bare metal, landing in Phoenix Sky Harbor. I'm done. So, let's do it. All right, you guys, thank you all for the support today. Sorry the stream turned into kind of a mess. Sometimes it just happens. It started with the engine bug. And it started with our engine failure, tires, or no, it started with the engine bug, then our tires blowing on takeoff because my yoke wasn't connected to an in-flight relight on 2 engines. Oh well. We all survived. No crashes had, no metal was bent. So until tomorrow, stay safe, stay healthy. I'm V1. We'll catch you on the next one. See ya.